Manchester United versus Brighton prediction. A test of character. Manchester United will host Brighton at Old Trafford in the third round of the FA Cup, a match that will be a true test of the Red Devils and Oppos' character and ambition in the season and Oppos' domestic cup competition. With their defense still showing signs of instability, Manchester United enters the match under pressure to show a more solid and effective performance, especially as the FA Cup is considered a realistic goal for them to win. The home advantage at Old Trafford and a superior squad give Manchester United a certain edge over Brighton. However, their opponent is not an easy team to overcome, as Brighton and Oppos' tightly organized play and ability to exploit space always pose a significant threat to any defense. Therefore, this clash is not just about securing a place in the next round, but also a test of character, focus, and control of the game for Manchester United against a formidable opponent. This weekend, Old Trafford will be the center of attention as Manchester United hosts Brighton in the third round of the FA Cup. With home advantage and a superior squad in terms of class and depth, the Red Devils have a great opportunity to advance. However, this is certainly not an easy task, as Brighton has always been a difficult opponent and has frequently posed challenges for Manchester United in recent encounters. Manchester United enters this match after a 2-2 draw against Burnley in the Premier League. In that match, coach Darren Fletcher and Oppos' team showed clear dominance in terms of possession, controlling the ball for 65% of the time and unleashing 30 shots, 10 of which were on target. Benjamin Sesko was the brightest star in attack with a brace, while the other goal came from an own goal by Aiden Heaven. However, only securing 1 point despite their superior performance shows that Manchester United still lacks the necessary solidity, especially in defense and the ability to maintain their lead. The reality also highlights worrying issues in the Red Devils and Oppos' defense. In their last 6 matches, Manchester United have only kept a clean sheet once and have conceded a total of 9 goals. Constantly allowing opponents to exploit gaps behind their defense has caused Manchester United many difficulties, especially in the context of the FA Cup being a knockout competition where any mistake could cost them their place in the next round. On the other hand, Brighton just earned a hard-fought 1-1 draw against Manchester City. Despite only controlling 40% of the ball and having a mere 6 shots throughout the match, Fabian Herzler and Oppos' team still showed effectiveness in their play, with a goal scored by Kaoru Mitoma. In their last 6 matches across all competitions, Brighton have scored 6 goals, averaging 1 goal per game. This number isn't and Oppos' overly impressive, but it reflects a certain stability in their tactical approach, particularly their ability to capitalize on opportunities when not possessing the ball much. Historically, Brighton have held the advantage in recent encounters. Since May 2023, the two teams have met 6 times, with Manchester United winning only 2 matches and Brighton securing 4 victories. Notably, the matches between the two teams are often open and high-scoring, averaging 3.33 goals per game. However, in their most recent Premier League meeting at Old Trafford, Manchester United won 4-2, demonstrating their ability to dominate Brighton if they maintain high intensity and focus. With the home advantage at Old Trafford, a superior squad, and a determination to progress further in the FA Cup, Manchester United are clearly the favorites before kickoff. Brighton, despite their disciplined and resilient style of play, will face significant challenges if Manchester United can overcome their defensive weaknesses and perform to their full potential. In terms of personnel, Manchester United will enter the match against Brighton without Matthijs de Ligt due to injury. The absence of this central defender will somewhat affect the Red Devils and Oppos' defensive organization, especially given Manchester United and Oppos' recent defensive instability. However, the Old Trafford side still possesses many experienced options in the back line, allowing them to maintain a relatively solid defensive system if they remain focused throughout the 90 minutes. Conversely, Brighton also faces considerable personnel difficulties as a number of key players such as Yankuba Minte, Adam Webster, Mats Wiefer, Solly March, and Stefanos Tsimas are all unavailable due to injury. The shortage of players across both defense and attack forced the away team to play defensively. Manchester United will rely more on tactical organization and discipline in their play, rather than expecting individual players to create breakthroughs. Regarding the expected lineup, Manchester United will likely field a balanced formation. Lamens will be in goal with a back four of Shaw, Martinez, Heaven, and Dalot in front. In midfield, Ugarte will partner with Casemiro to enhance ball recovery and control of the midfield. Up front, Dorgu and Fernandes will provide creative support, while Cunha and Benjamin Sesko will be the direct attacking threats putting pressure on Brighton and Oppo's defense. On Brighton and Oppo's side, the visitors are expected to use a lineup with Verbruggen in goal. The defense will consist of Hinklewood, Van Heck, Dunk, and Kuiper, prioritizing solidity and cover. Midfield, with Ayari and Gruz playing a key role in controlling the tempo and supporting the attacking players up front such as Kadioglu, Gomez, and Keru Mitoma. Up front, Rudder is expected to capitalize on counterattacks and the gaps left by Manchester United. The recent form of both teams shows a clear similarity. In their last 5 matches, Manchester United won 1, drew 3, and lost 1, scoring 6 goals and conceding 6. These numbers reflect a Manchester United team that hasn't an Oppo's truly exploded, but ISN and Oppo's completely outmatched by their opponents either, although defensive issues still exist. Brighton has a similar record with 1 win, 3 draws, and 1 loss in their last 5 matches, scoring 6 goals and conceding 5, showing a certain degree of stability but lacking the sharpness to make a clear difference. Recent head-to-head history slightly favors Brighton. In the last 5 encounters between the two teams, Manchester United won 2 but lost 3, while Brighton won 3 and lost 2. This shows that the visitors are not intimidated by MU and often create difficulties for the Red Devils whenever the two teams meet. However, with the home advantage at Old Trafford and a determination to go deep in the FA Cup, Manchester United still have grounds to hope for a positive result if they capitalize on opportunities and minimize defensive errors. Based on recent statistics, the likelihood of a high-scoring match between Manchester United and Brighton is noteworthy. In their last 5 matches, Manchester United and Oppo's games have seen a total of 12 goals, averaging 2.4 goals per game, while Brighton and Oppo's have averaged 11 goals, or 2.2 goals per game. More notably, the last 5 encounters between the two teams have produced a total of 19 goals, averaging 3.8 goals per match. These statistics show that clashes between Manchester United and Brighton are usually open, with many opportunities and goals appearing at both ends of the pitch. Therefore, a scenario with more than 3 goals is entirely possible, especially considering that both teams have not maintained the necessary defensive solidity recently. Regarding corner kicks, Manchester United has been creating quite good pressure in recent matches. In their last 5 games, the Red Devils have been awarded a total of 53 corner kicks, averaging 10.6 per game. Brighton is not far behind with 42 corner kicks in the same number of games, averaging 8.4 per game. However, looking at the last 5 encounters between the two teams, the total number of corner kicks only reached 42, averaging 8.4 per match. This figure suggests that direct clashes between Manchester United and Brighton usually don and Oppo's feature many corner kicks, therefore the likelihood of this match having fewer than 9 corner kicks is quite high. In terms of yellow cards, the statistics continue to support a tense match scenario. In their last 5 matches, Manchester United received 11 yellow cards, averaging 2.2 cards per match, while Brighton received 28 yellow cards, equivalent to 5.6 cards per match, a number that reflects the aggressive and physical style of play of the visiting team. The head-to-head statistics also show similar results, with the last 5 encounters between the two teams seeing a total of 21 yellow cards, averaging 4.2 cards per match. With these facts, the likelihood of the match having more than 3 yellow cards is very high. Based on the analysis of goals, corners, and yellow cards above, Manchester United, despite certain limitations in defense, is still considered slightly superior thanks to the home advantage at Old Trafford. Brighton may pose many difficulties, but with an attacking style of play and effectiveness at crucial moments, Manchester United is expected to win narrowly. Predicted score: Manchester United 2, Brighton 1. In conclusion, the clash between Manchester United and Brighton promises to be an exciting, open game with plenty of explosive moments. With the home advantage at Old Trafford and the determination to advance in the FA Cup, Manchester United is expected to know how to make a difference. Even though Brighton is certainly not an easy opponent to beat, the outcome of the match will likely be decided by small details and efficiency at crucial moments. Before we conclude this news, Don and Oppos, forget to like if you found Global Football Insight and Oppos' analysis helpful, share the video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to not miss the latest hot football analysis and predictions every day. And most importantly, leave your score prediction for the Manchester United versus Brighton match in the comments. Let and Oppos see who has the most accurate prediction. Thank you and see you again in the next news on Global Football Insight.